These videos which I'm trying to make are for those people who are aspiring to come to New Zealand or to any other foreign country, because whatever country it is, it's the same set of struggles or ups and downs and hurdles which we have to go through. But before jumping onto the hurdles and all, we'll just go back into your past life, like back in India, from your childhood, from your family. Say something or whatever you want to share, like what was your family, what were you back then, school days, friends, brothers, sisters, and then I'll add the question to that afterwards.
So I was born into a family of 4 children. My mom was a housewife and dad was a bank manager. So I, like when I was young, I wasn't sure what I want to become.
From Hyderabad.
So, from Hyderabad.
Yeah.
So when I was young, because in our family we are like more, I'll say as a conservative family and very religious family I come from. So in our family, everybody gets married young. So I was supposed to get married when I was 9. And then somehow, thank God, or I shouldn't say, it's my grandfather who passed away. So then when passed away, so we don't get married. That's the reason 1 year they delayed. That's how it's gone. And then I needed to fight with family and say that I would like to do something else.
Okay.
Then my dad said, okay, you have to become a doctor. And till now, like my family, maximum prior to me, anybody studied was 10th class. Dad was the one who passed 10th class. Many people failed 10th class and they will just go into business. We had like all business, so into the businesses they'll go.
So you're native of Hyderabad or are you from any other?
Dad's from family was from Mancherial.
Okay.
And then, but because dad was working in a bank, so we move around all the places. That's how we used to go to the other places. Like we worked in Warangal, we worked in, dad worked in Dharmapuri and Karimnagar. But finally, when I was fifth, the class, once I studied 2-3 years in Hyderabad, then afterwards we went to Warangal and came back to do my medicine in India, in Hyderabad.
So how was your medicine entrance and all those things at that particular time?
So that time, because in India, you know, everybody studies and everybody wants to get into either engineering or the medicine. So everybody is like really works hard and good friends and they share, but all the time you'll have in that teenager group, you keep some secrets, you don't tell all the books, what you're studying. So we see all those struggles, same struggle I have seen as well. But once you like get into like first we needed to do entrance exam.
Was that MSET at that time?
MSET.
Okay.
When I did it, that was like maybe first or second MSET. Prior to that, it used to be either medical and the engineering used to be different. So mine must be first or second, because in 1986 I did it.
Okay.
So that's a time. It was MSET. So then when I got like even when you get into MSET as well, you get worried, like whether you get in Hyderabad or you need to go to different place as well. Even in Hyderabad as well, whether you want to be in Usmania or Gandhi. So that's the reason. So finally, like when I got, because that was for me, either get into medicine or get married.
Okay.
So that's why my mom was like, okay, if she doesn't get into, we can just marry her, and then that's one of the things. Like for them, it's a burden. No, I don't say burden, their responsibility. So they feel that their responsibility is done. So that's how it was. So once I did the entrance, we went to Tirupati. From Tirupati, when we were coming, like thanks to Air India air hostess, because she wanted some change to sell something, and then we gave her 1 rupee new bundle to her.
Okay.
Then she gave me lots of chocolates.
Okay.
So I got that early in the morning when I was getting my entrance results. 4 in the morning, I couldn't sleep at all. I was waiting because I don't want to get married. I wanted to get into medicine. I was waiting from the 4 o'clock in the morning for the paper. So finally 6:30 paper came, and then as soon as I went down and I asked the guy, can I look at the paper?
Yeah.
I forgot even to pay him rupee or 2 rupees that time. I just took, and then I looked at my number.
Yeah, and it
100
was
rank.
not internet time at that time.
Yeah, it wasn't on internet, so we needed to get that. And I got like 100th rank. Then I thought, hopefully, I may get into Osmania
Okay.
because it's close to house rather than
Yes.
Gandhi. So that's why I was like, as soon as I looked at my number, it was 100. I jumped up and then went up. He was like, Madam Paislu. So then finally, I shouted. So dad came and then dad gave the money. And then dad was happy.
So that's
That's
your
my, and thanks
first
to
feeling.
air hostess chocolates, that's what I distributed in the colony for everybody for getting like my medicine seat. So went to other uncles' houses and then gave those chocolates and said, like I got into medicine.
Okay. And how was your medicine career? Was it on the
Like medicine career, because until medicine I was like
Your
tunnel
college-
vision.
college.
So because my tunnel vision, I was only studying. I was not like watching movies or not enjoying that much. As soon as I got into medicine, so then I thought, okay, anyway I'll pass exams. So that's why I used to like watch movies and then bunk sometimes college as well, and then go for first movies of that time. We used to like Nagarjuna or what's his name, Chiranjeevi was not that favorite for us, but Nagarjuna's movies we all used to,
Okay.
or Mahesh Babu. So movies we used to go and watch.
Okay. And
All like in medical college, it's like you will have different groups. People who come from Telugu medium, who comes from Little Flower, like top classes or public schools, they have their groups. And people from Telugu medium, we feel little bit inferiority. Like I have to say, they didn't see us. We feel inferiority
that is-
complex. And that's why we used to be like as a group. Slowly, because it's a 5 years. By the time you get to like 5 years, you feel like, okay, we all are like classmates, we are friends, so we can do, so sometimes for birthday parties or going on trips, then that's a time you feel you're more relaxed with friends, and then you go around. And that's how, like once we finished, everybody felt really like, that was a really tragic day, I would say. Like, oh my God, how am I going to leave all these friends after 5 years?
Yeah.
It was a bit difficult to leave each other, because that's the time most of the people, like, because US is the one, everybody used to write USMLE and then used to go to USML, like USA. So we used to feel that I never may not see those friends who's gone to USA, because that time we don't know when they come and when we'll visit them, or I never even thought about going to any foreign country, because I'm like one daughter among like 3 kids, and my younger uncle also, dad's younger brother, has 7 kids. So I was like pampered and petted, so I never thought going any foreign country at all.
Okay.
So that's why I was like working there, thinking I'll get into gynae there. And then I was
So after finishing your medicine, what was the next thing you did?
I wanted to get into gynae, which is my specialization. But in India, getting into gynae in forward class FC group, getting it was a little bit difficult. But still, I thought I have to get it. So when I never thought like I want to go anywhere foreign, so that's why I went to PGI Chandigarh. So, but unfortunately, I got anesthesia there. So when I got into anesthesia, I think I did maybe 1 month in Chandigarh.
Okay.
But after that, I thought, no, I need to speak to people. I can't be just anesthetizing people. This is not my thing. I think I needed to pay 10,000 rupees to get my certificates back, and then I came back to Hyderabad. And I did again entrance in Hyderabad. I got into again anesthesia. So then that's the time. No, I didn't want to really go, but still I went. I think 2 or 3 days. So then I said, no, this is not because when I got second time, I thought maybe this is what in my fate, maybe I have to do anesthesia. So I went in, but 2-3 days later, I really didn't like it. I thought, no, I'll write exams again. So I came out of like again paid some money, got my certificates, and then someone else got into the training.
Okay.
Then I was studying with one of my friends.
Sorry.
But meantime, when I was working in Hyderabad, like as a house officer in Osmania, then that's the time these riots happened, like between Hindu and Muslim.
Yeah.
So when riots happened, like because curfew happened, I was in ED, so we couldn't go out. Like if we want to go, they would have sent us, but because they needed everybody, so they wanted like we don't care whether you have done the surgeries or not, you can keep suturing.
Yeah.
Because people used to come with the stab wounds and sometimes like 100 wounds. Even like people who used to see us like pushing people or nurses or ward boys, also we needed to ask them, like because we don't want to lose them.
Yeah.
So we used to ask them to just stitch it up. We don't care where you stitch, how you stitch. When they're alive, then they'll go to theater. But at least because we can stitch or put some pressure or anything, and then we used to stitch.
Yeah.
Lily, please sit down.
All that pre-made
So
work. Yeah.
all that, like everybody. So when I did that, that's the first time I felt whether really I want to be doing anything like in this country, whether I want to really settle down or whether I want to move somewhere else. First time in my life, I thought maybe leaving India at that stage.
Okay.
And then is the one like when I was that I felt, but I didn't think I will go anywhere.
So is that because by looking at the patients or by looking at the situations where those patients?
Because where people were killing each other, I never like I don't have any problem whether I feel like I'm a human, whether I'm any religion. I even though my family follows Hinduism, but I don't have any problem whether Hindu, Muslim or anything.
Human is a
so human is human because I didn't like that each other killing each other and or stabbing each other. I know it's all political. Then nobody is born bad people. So that's the reason. But then I felt in this kind of situation whether I want to get my kids to brought up in this world. So then that's the time I felt maybe I'll leave this country and then go somewhere else where there is no these kind of like within humans have any issues. I agree, like anywhere there will be problems like that.
But not up to the stage of killing each other.
Killing each other, stabbing each other. I've seen like people because on the stretchers we used to stitch them up, put them, and people were like, we don't even know whether they're alive or not. So that situation I felt, I'll leave the country. But then after 3 days later, because it was curfew and we stayed there and we didn't take shower or anything, but we were like, when we really feel tired, we were sleeping and then getting up and going because we couldn't get whoever is other side to bring them back and work. So we were taking 3-4 hours sleep and that way, I think I worked for 3 days. And then curfew was a little bit better and then stabbings under control. Then I went home. And then when I was next time, like when I didn't get the anesthesia, but it was, the trauma was there for a year or so in my head. And then I was writing the exams with one of other Gandhi girl. And then she was, one day she came to study with me, and next day she said, no, I'm not coming, I'm going to New Zealand. Then I know only New Zealand about, it's in the cricket matches only,
The
what
stadium.
I see,
The stadium.
like it's,
Yeah.
that's the only thing I know about New Zealand. I
Yeah.
didn't really, because that time we didn't have any
Yeah.
internet, and
Exactly.
so then, but whenever we see matches, like they used to show like New Zealand as like greenery
Yes.
with small dots kind of thing.
Yeah.
Nah, I never knew that those were like sheep. So when she said she's going to New Zealand, I said, okay, how did you organize this? And she said, like what we have worked and all that, your points system, and then we can go. So because my experience was only 2 years kind of thing, so she said, but you can have some kind of points with, if you can see some financial side and things. So then I said, okay, I'll come and see. Whom should we see? There is one Krishnamurti in Hyderabad, one of agency. So then I said, fine, I'll when I went there,
Give it a try.
Give it a try. I saw.
Do you know where New
nice-
Zealand was in the map?
Yeah, I know where's the New Zealand, because on the cricket, because we all in Indians are we are cricket fans, so cricket match you will see quite often. We keep watching, so that's why I know where the New Zealand is. But it is really far away. But then when I went to him, I said, "How does it look?" He had really beautiful, like hilly, green, and dots, white dots. I asked him, what are those white dots? Then he said, sheep. I said, it's like for anybody, dreamland. So I said, yes, that's where I want to go. So first time in my life, all my friends
Thought
were
of
going to
moving.
USA, UK, everywhere, but I never wanted to go. But that's the time I said, it's a beautiful place. I'm moving to.
So you
New
went to
Zealand.
that agency.
Within
then
a month, I got my visa, because they said these papers we needed, and because by the time I was doing quite a bit of share market, so I had like enough of financials. Like you have to show them, like because that time it was $20. $1 is 20 rupees. So if you can say 20 lakhs worth of property, you get couple more points or something. I was lacking couple of points, so I got that, and then I showed them my all the properties what I have, and within a month.
So what sort of visa did you get?
I got the immigration.
Direct
So
residency.
Direct residency.
Okay.
So that's the time they said, if you stay in India, like in New Zealand for 2 years, then you'll get indefinite. 3 years, then you get residency. Like a
permanent citizenship.
No, citizenship.
Yeah.
So 2 years is indefinite, or 3 years is citizenship.
Okay.
I said, that's fine. That's where.
So what was there any resistance when you said, I want to go to New Zealand or foreign country?
Because obviously, because I'm one daughter, and for my parents, because, but luckily my other younger brother went to Mauritius for 9 months.
Okay.
So that's why they know. And then my brother supported me, saying, no, let her go. And dad was alone. How can I send? But anyway, they are giving it for both Amar and Akka. So let them go together. So that's how mom and dad, they were, I would say, they were not that happy, but they accepted.
So you're married by then?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just married in February, and then we have to leave March 6th.
Okay.
Yeah. So between like around January ending or this marriage time, I applied for this, but for application, because I know I'm marrying Amar, so we put it as like we got the before even got married, we put the application, but we went to the registrar office, got the register marriage, and we got the certificate. We put the certificate, and we got it.
Okay.
So as soon as we got married, like February 6th, we got married. 6th of March, I think, Amar left to New Zealand. I came a little bit later.
Okay. So now the question, actually, the continuation question would be, did you both travel together, which you have answered saying, no, Amar came in first.
Amar came first.
But after how many days did you come to New Zealand?
In a month's time,
Okay.
I came.
Okay. So when you first landed here in New Zealand, obviously Amar might have come in to pick you up.
Yeah. Amar came.
What was your feeling in the airport or while going from airport to the house?
So when I was doing medicine, I only went to Singapore. So Singapore, it's very short, small place, but it is like more lights and big things. But this one,
But that one must be for a visit.
Just a visit for 4 days.
Whereas
or
this
something.
one, you are coming here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are going to make a career.
That's the reason. As soon as I came to airport, I would say in the flight, I was crying all the way, missing mom and dad.
Okay.
So because I really didn't want to leave them and go. So even during school holidays, when everybody goes to grandparents' place, I used to go for 1 week and then I used to miss my dad. So I said, no, I want to go back to Hyderabad. So my brothers used to stay in grandparents' place, but I used to come back.
Okay.
So that's what feeling I felt, oh my God, how am I going to survive here without parents? So somehow everybody has to do. I needed to come here. But when I saw you like airport and then traveling with compared to Hyderabad, it is like so clean and so greenery. So I was like very happy. But it doesn't last longer. Maybe within a week, I started missing mom and dad.
Okay, so before even going up to the week, on that particular day when you came in, you went home, what happened?
So because we already, by the time Amar came a month before that, so he took one house. And that house is like in, I don't know how, when we came in 1996, it's too difficult to get any houses.
You have to put in some applications, it seems.
Applications and do that. Finally, Amar got a house. And I have to like tell you, this is one of the, like we used to call Anil Bhaiya. So he's a Fiji Indian. So his house, like he had a 4-bedroom house, but his garage is one. It's a 1 room and whole garage. He put like one corner as a bed and other corner he put a like a kitchenette, one table and that's a kitchen. And he gave us one like it's a furnished house we call it. So then one corner is bed, one corner toilet, one corner kitchen.
Okay.
And that's our house kind of thing. But he put the carpet. It was like
how much was the rent?
That time we paid $150
Per week.
Per week.
Yes.
$150. Like we used to get, yes. We both together used to get $230 for 2 of together as like our income support. And then in that you have to do 150 within I think 2-3 months later he made it to 165. So because it was like there was so much of demand, getting any house was too difficult. So that's the reason. So then Amar, before I came only, he thought like traveling is so difficult because this house was in Black House Bay. So as you like comparative to now, that time, we didn't have that much of public transport. And then he bought a car. And somebody said, this is a really good car. That was Helman Hunter. So Helman Hunter, and he was looking for the jobs. And then he went for dropping the books. Like what you do is like workplaces, you drop the books and they order and then you go and give the remaining whatever they order, those things. So that kind of a job. He got the job, so he needs a car, and he got Helman Hunter. One day he went to drop them. It was only within a week, I think. He didn't even got his salary, and when he went, his battery got like
Died.
flat. So then he asked someone else to help him. That was the guy, him, and that guy was drunk. He put like a positive to negative wrong way,
Okay.
and then whole battery and whole machine burnt out completely.
Okay.
So whatever the money we had, like how much money we got, like Amar's old whatever $1,500 US dollars, I think we bought each like Amar 15, I got 15, and then that got that all that we paid for the car, and then car is gone. So somebody at least stored away and left at our house. And we tried to sell that car, but we couldn't sell the car at all.
Yeah, because
It is like now
It's a
not
wreck.
much useful.
Yeah.
So then I had only like some more money, but I didn't want to really buy a car. So we were going like everywhere. We used to walk only.
okay.
So when we were doing this, and then out of $230, maybe $20, you'll put the money for food items kind of thing. And then within a month, I thought, no, I have to study, I have to get my job. Because
We'll just take a step back. You said you're getting some income support. Now that was in the previous past days where people, whoever have got the residency and come here into New Zealand, they used to get this type of income support, but that is not coming anymore now.
yeah,
Isn't
until you get the residency,
Yeah.
you won't get, like if you're coming as a work visa or student visa, you won't get the income support.
And even for the people of residency also, I think the rules are something changed. or
Residency
different.
also now, I think you have to wait for 5 years or so.
Yeah, something.
Before,
We
yeah.
don't know the exact rules because it's
Because my parents, when I got it, they said I have to support them
yeah. Because
10
if
years.
if they listen, if they don't know this, everybody would think, hey, we'll go to New Zealand, we'll get some income support.
Income support, that's right.
So it's not there.
It is now
anymore.
changed.
It has now
Yeah.
changed. The rules have changed
Because
and
rules
the
have
systems have changed. Yeah. So you will
Because
not
that
get
time, New Zealand needed more people.
Yes.
So that's the
The
reason
skill
they
shortage.
wanted
Yeah.
skill shortage, as well as they wanted, like population was
Exactly.
so low, so they wanted more people. So that's the reason they were even giving stipend
Yes.
or income support
yes.
to come into the country.
Yes. So, okay, now you have decided, no, you have to get your job in your field. But before you get that particular idea, that was the first job which Amar has started doing it. Have you started doing any jobs?
So as soon as within 1 week, his car got like broken, so we couldn't really, Amar couldn't do anything as well. So then we started doing, I used to put the newspapers in everyone's
letterboxes.
house,
Yeah.
letterboxes. It's not the newspapers, it's all the junk mail is the one.
Yes.
You have to do 100 junk mails to get $3.50 or something.
Some circulars.
So
type.
circulars.
Yeah.
So you have to put them those circulars, and the circulars as well. You can do 3 or 4 different companies, like one Pack and Save, one
Yes.
other ones. You can take 2 or 3 different companies,
Yeah.
and then they'll give you the circulars. You sit in the night time, and then put all the 4 pack together,
Yeah.
and then you can drop all that off.
Yeah.
So 100 houses, if you drop it,
Yeah.
then you will get $3-4
Okay.
kind of thing. So we did that as well. And then Amar was, because Amar lost that other job, so that's why he was working in one of the like a liquor shop.
Liquor shop. Yeah.
For helping them. He was getting as well $3.5-4 per hour.
Okay.
But he used to work like on the weekends is the main thing. So he used to do that job. So, but even then, that income as well, they used to say you have to do some job Otherwise, you can't really keep it long. Maximum you can get 6 months. You have to look for work.
Yes.
They don't want to give you
The
this
income support. Yeah.
Either you can join into a college, like any kind of courses.
For tertiary education.
Yeah. So that you get as a student loan and then student stipend, or you have to work. So because medicine, like Amar was lawyer in India, so lawyer, then he has to do study.
Yes.
It is like few years.
Yes.
And then mine also, I have to do USMLE 2 exams and one theory exam, then only I can get. We both were looking like minimum 2 years or 3
A
years
practitioner license. Okay.
to get our own fields.
Okay.
So that's why we were doing these odd jobs. And once, in meantime, we found one of the friends as well. They are also both wife and husband doctors. So we fought together. At least they had a car. They were very kind and they used to take us. But in return, because I had all the books to study, so we were together studying.
So you started sharing books
sharing
now.
the books with them. And then we finally used to go and get for my copying machine. So you pay like 2-3 cents per copy kind of thing. And you copy all the books. And then I had one set of books. So I was taking these Xerox copies and give it to everybody kind of thing. So that's how we were studying. So I was sharing the books to them and they were wherever we have to go sometimes they used to do. And then finally we thought this is not enough money, even not enough for exams, because exam fee was like each exam fee will be 600 and our practical exam is $2,500. If you fail, because that time people were failing like 3 times, maybe people were doing. So that's why I have to look at like $7,000 minimum to get low. So we needed to do those jobs as well. So then we went to fruit picking. And then we went to Tauranga to do fruit picking like a job.
Okay.
And
What fruits were there?
It was like kiwi fruit.
Kiwi
picking.
fruit picking.
And then we went there. But even getting the job was so difficult. They said, no, we don't have any jobs. No point doing this. Just go away. So we were like, came back. And then we were looking for everywhere, like even dairy shops. We used to go and say, do you need anyone?
Helping
We
hand.
want to work. And nobody used to give any jobs. Then I went to North Shore, an Indian restaurant. So they gave one job to me, like whenever they don't have anybody. So they used to give me, call me. Then I used to
As a casual.
join as a casual.
Yeah.
So when they have like on the weekends is the main thing. They need more people
More
to
helping
work.
hands, yeah.
So that's why. So I used to daytime, weekends, when I'm not studying, I used to put the newspapers like these circulars, and then any other time I used to work in the restaurant few hours.
And what about your study? About your
Then
papers?
other times, like when we don't have work, we used to go to Grafton like
Library.
library. My owner used to drop me at Karangapai Road, and from there I used to walk to Grafton, to the library. There we all used to sit together and study. So that's how I made like a group of 10 people. So whomever I met, like when I went to temple, I met one person, and other people when I was like went to dairy shop, I met him. So that way I met like 10 people. All 10 we became group, and then we used to cook and take coffee and flask, go and sit and study and eat, because we can't buy food there.
Yes.
And we used to sit there and then study, and that's how we did like 2 exams.
Okay. And
So,
you passed those exams.
I passed theory USMLE exams. And then as the one, luckily for USMLE exams, my brother he was working in Mauritius, so he paid one fee, because I couldn't all these things only we could manage what money we had. So for exam fee, I didn't have enough money to do, even though we were working, because after 6 months they didn't pay us any money for our thing. Either we needed to go into the college, or we have to work. So after 6 months they don't pay you, because they'll give you as a support for 6 months.
Yeah.
After that we didn't have any money.
Yeah.
So then we needed to work all these odd jobs and get that.
Was that enough? Was that money
For
enough?
food, like we both working these odd jobs, enough for rent, food. Then, but exam fee, I didn't have enough exam fee. It was like 500 or 600 US dollars. So my brother paid that fees, whatever.
He was already in US.
He was in Mauritius
Get that
and Zimbabwe. 2 places he worked. Whatever he earned, he paid 2 times my exam fee. But then final exam is $2,500. That's the one we wanted to pay ourselves. We can't always ask brothers, so that's why. That's the money we were collecting for 2.5 for my practicals. So same way, either in restaurants, and we used to, like, because meantime I found one Indian couple who used to do like dosas and all that. So they had a restaurant. So they were like good friends. I used to go and work with them as well. So in like in the restaurants, we work and we make money. That's they used to pay me some money as well. But when it is like a Dasra or anything, we used to go and do the dosas for whole Dasra 10 days. We used to make dosas and we sell it. All the money comes, we used to give it to temple. But temple used to give us like as a gift kind of thing, $20 or $30 as a gift. So all that money, whatever I was like getting from the restaurants or tips, and then surplus and Amma's money on top of as much as we can, because we never used to, like, even if I say you laugh at this, we used to look at the surplus. We put all Pack and Save and New World and Woolworths. So all of them we used to look at. Okay, bread is $1, like it's not even dollar. Okay, we used to look at 5 cents, 10 cents. Here, if we go and buy this one, and if you go and buy tomato cans, if you buy 4 cans, you will get like 60 cents or so. So that's how we used to look at. So we used to pick all those surplus, these things we have to buy from this place. And then that's how we used to go. And we used to like, even if we can save $2 or half a dollar also, we used to be very happy. So that's how for 4 shops we used to go and then bring that way. And also because we have to walk all the way, 2 kilometers is the minimum each shop used to be. So that one we used to like walk, both of us, 1 bag each kind of thing. And then we walk back and then get all the stuff. And even clothes, because what we bring from India, it's not actually until you get the winter, you don't even know that. It is really what clothes bring is not enough for this
cold.
So that's the reason we went to this Red Cross or there is other shop, like all the stuff whatever you buy is from the second-hand shop, or we got this on weekends they put what was the market, they'll say the
flea market, garage sales.
So we used to go to garage sale and buy. So for $1 or $2 pick black jackets
coats,
you buy, and that's what 1 jacket you use all the time. That's only 10. So that's how we finally, luckily, my exam, even I couldn't get the exam in Auckland. I needed to go to Christchurch. Then Christchurch again, you have to fly. And then flying money as well you have to look for. So then immediately we thought, okay, we need to really ramp up putting the people's like a surplus more. So even then we called and said, not only in our area, we go to other areas as well. We do that. And then we did that, and also restaurant as well. I said I can work more hours. I need like extra. I think that time it was $150 or so for flights.
Yeah.
So we looked at that way flights,
Hmm.
and then finally went. And you have to look for even rental as well. So, but that's we never used to stay in restaurants of like hotels, of course. YMCA, you'll get like $20 or so. No?
A night.
So,
Yeah.
a night we stay,
Mm.
and then did the exam and came back. Luckily, I passed all the exams. But then that's the time. By the time I passed the exam, everybody else also passed. Because when we came, 500 doctors have come. And then there was no jobs as well.
So there are no
So,
500 vacancies.
Like if 500 people came, whoever is finished the exams, they were getting the jobs. Because 500 doctors for New Zealand is way too much.
Yes.
So then we were not getting the jobs. 9 months, I needed to still continue as hotel jobs or doing. Then after 3 or 4 months later, Amar said, this is like not the country I want to settle. Where first of all we have to struggle to get the jobs, and then you won't get the job. Now I'm not going to be, so I want to go to US. So he went back to India to learn computers. But then I never wanted to accept a failure. I said I don't mind getting a job and leaving the country, but I don't want to leave. So Amar really wanted to go. I said, you go, but I'm staying. So I stayed back in one of doctor's places, paying guest. I stayed in their house. So I used to go and help temple people or who were studying for the exams. I used to help in the evening, teaching them like how to prepare for the exam. And daytime, I used to go and do supernumerary jobs like in the hospital. You can go in the morning and just follow the consultants and write notes and do some research or something, so that they'll give a good
reference. Yeah.
And then in the nights, I used to work in the restaurants.
Okay.
So that's how like I stayed in Auckland. But then Amar got visa into US. Then that's the time Amar said, are you coming? Then that's the time I said, okay, because one of the friend went to US, she didn't get into medicine as well.
Yeah.
I didn't get the job here, and Amar is going to US, and what do I do?
Yeah.
So then I said, okay, fine, I'm not still giving up. So I gave all my certificates to and reference letters to one of my friend in Auckland, and then I went to India. I learned C plus as well.
Okay.
So that I can, because my friend similar schools as me, she didn't get into medicine in the US.
Okay.
She went there and she stayed and looked for the job. She didn't get it. So then I thought I may not get it. So I was like prepared to maybe change my profession. I thought, okay, computer engineer, because my brother, by the time my both brothers went to US, they both said, are you mad or what? Why are you staying in New Zealand, struggling there? So just come to US. Then US also, if as a doctor I can't work, at least I thought I can work as a computer. So that's why I went to learn like India. 4 months also. I joined in the computers and then learned like the crash courses.
Yeah.
So,
In Amirpet, Dilshnagar.
Dilshnagar. I went there and I did the crash course and Visual Basics and C++, two things I was learning slowly. And then we were going to go to US, but because we still got to, by the time it's 2 years, if we get the stamp, at least we get the indefinite residency before we go to US. So we were going to come here just before Christmas, and then from here get the stamp in Auckland, and then we go to US. So that's the time we were just doing the shopping for US and India. That's the time my friend called me and said, Lakshmi, you got the job in Hamilton in gynae department.
So how was your feeling?
I will say I never felt that happy.
You must be on cloud 9.
I was like cloud 9. I never, for even when I got into medicine, maybe I was really happy. This was the second best thing happened to me, I felt.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
And then,
but unfortunately, you don't have chocolates to give it this time.
no, this time I was like, and if I'm like, I don't want to go to US. Somehow, I felt New Zealand is green and such a, even though I struggled a lot when we came here, but still I felt New Zealand is like very good country.
It's a paradise.
Paradise,
Yeah.
yeah. And it is like people were very nice. Even though struggles were there because we didn't have a job,
Yeah.
but everybody was friendly.
Yeah.
And very like you. Well, like in India, you get everything, but because you got more luxurious, but getting water or air or everything.
The basic amenities are hard to get.
It's hard to get it. Like you don't have like a water all the time, 24/7,
Yes.
and you don't have like a good air. Like you have to have like a perfect weather is not there.
Yeah.
But New Zealand, always I felt it's laid back place, nice like a country.
Yeah.
So I felt I really want to be.
Yeah.
This is a country.
Yeah.
I want to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the reason I've got the thing. I told Amar, I'm not coming to US. I'm staying back. So then Amar also said, meantime when we went to his visa, that's the time he got rejected as well, his visa. So
Who?
Amar's visa was rejected to US as well.
Okay.
So because he got H1 visa, H1 papers came, but they said you're like from India, why are you here and why are you come for stamping from here?
Yeah.
So they said without even any reason, they rejected.
Okay.
So, but I got the job in Hamilton.
Yeah.
So from Auckland, we moved to Hamilton.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Hamilton close to the
అక్కడ
hospital.
నుంచి ఇండియా నుంచి వచ్చేసారు.
India నుంచి we came to అంటే Auckland we came to Auckland. In the Auckland we applied for Amar's visa. When it got rejected, anyway I got the job. So I came here and signed all the papers, and then we took a house and we moved to Hamilton.
So when compared with Auckland taking a house and Hamilton, was it easier or is
in
it
Hamilton
the same
it is
difficult?
easy. It is like by the time it was like 3 years from the time like we landed like because we came in 96, 99 January was the one my job in Hamilton.
Okay.
So by that time it was pretty good, like people, not many immigrants were coming, so houses were available.
Okay.
So that's why, but it is also, I've got the job. So this time, rather than odd jobs, it is my professional job.
Yeah.
So reasonably good income. So
Yeah.
that's why we could take a proper 2-bedroom house first time, rather than
Garage.
a garage.
Okay. So on the first day when you went to a job,
When I went to a job,
what was your feeling? See, for me, there is always something which we have in our minds, some things which will not have any words at that particular time. That feeling of happiness or the
Yes.
feeling of pride, the feeling of the result of your hard work.
yeah, because having suffering for so 2 years and doing exams and 9 months without job, doing all that hard like odd jobs. When I first went to hospital, it was like I was so happy. It's like in a foreign country, going into a hospital, seeing all like totally foreigners and treating like coming from India
Yeah.
and treating all these people because then I never left country and nobody in my family went and did this. So it was like, I was quite happy. But at the same time, I was anxious. If I do anything mistake,
Yes.
and then I may kill people because that's my profession.
See, that's
So
always there. That's always
that's
there.
we
Yes.
always think about it. So then I needed to first learn from the people how they treat here, because theory knowledge in a medicine is different. Practically, when you treat, is different. So luckily, I found one of my co-house officer. She was like a Sri Lankan doctor, and she taught me within a month or so. But then, because we still not up to the mark as a locals. So that's the reason. Meantime, one more guy who said, "Okay, Lakshmi, no, this is the way you do it, because you have like so many patients. You have to see the results. You have to see the patients. You have to do it. And because this is gynae, I got only 3 hours in 3 months job. Need to get like my job extension means I have to prove myself."
Yes.
And it is not,
So
I
it was a
don't have too
3-month
much,
job.
only 3 months job they gave me.
Okay.
So they said, if depending on, I said, can I get 1 year? Depending on how you perform,
In this 3
then
months?
you will do it.
Okay.
So that's the reason I needed to really learn things quickly. So after first month, then I thought, no, I need to really, who is like trained here properly, local person. And so one of the doctors really kind to me, and he used to come 7 in the morning, even though we start 8 o'clock. He used to come 7. I asked him, why do you come, Joe, this early? He said, to get like for the consultants to ready and everything. That's the best thing. Then I said, that's good, I'll come. So will you teach me? I said, perfectly, no problem at all. So immediately, and how to do the history and how to present to them, he taught me. And he told me how to get like a computer system as well. Getting quick way to get all the results and looking one at a time was like takes long time.
Yes.
And then he taught me within a week everything. So I just learned everything, and how to examine patients, how to be nice to patients. Because he said one thing, look, Lakshmi, they are coming here because they got a problem. So if you're like more sympathetic to them, then that's really, that's what they need. You do it. Because in India, those things, soft things, we never worry about it.
Yeah, no soft skills.
No soft skills.
Yeah.
And no emotional intelligence is, we were not taught
Lack
in
emotional intelligence.
in India.
Yes.
So that's the reason those things he taught me. He said, Lakshmi, why they are here? Because they have a problem. You be kind to them. You just think if you are their sister or their mother or something, you think they are your family, you will easily get it. I said, how do I say? What do I say? He just said one thing. You think your family member got sick, like opposite, whoever is the patient, your family member, immediately you'll get it. That's immediately I got within a day or two, everything. And luckily he told me all the computer system. I started doing everything. And if somebody calls sick as well, I used to say, that's fine. I can work extra duties and everything. End of 3 months, they said, you're pretty good. And but I have to say, because in India, even though from medical college as well, we never spoke in English. So language barrier was always there for me. And that's the time he said, like, Lakshmi, you can listen how they are saying, because we say pain and they never understand. You say pain, they'll understand. So then I needed to say how they are saying, how I'm like my accent different, why patients are not understanding. I needed to learn that.
Yeah.
So those once I did it, like the end of the months, they said, okay, Lakshmi, you got a job. As soon as like I got, like they said, end of second month only, they said, you got the job. So then I wanted to do diploma in gynae obs. So he said, like, you have to do extra 6 months. Then I said, okay, I'll do that. And then after that, maybe you work for 1 year. Then you go get into the training. That's what my boss said.
Okay.
But first time I went for the training, I didn't get it. It's like how you go from South India to North India, you're not a localite there.
Yeah.
Here also you have to think.
Yeah.
You are not a localite.
Yes.
If somebody localite is like 100%, you have to be 110%
To get it.
then no one will stop you getting.
Obviously.
So that's what when I didn't get the first time, because I was working hard and I was like, I felt I'm better than other person. But when I sit and then I think, yes, she's like other person who got into the training. She's like localite and she's like the soft skills. She's definitely better than me.
Yes.
Maybe clinically,
Yeah.
I may be better.
Yeah.
So those things, immediately when I didn't get it, I understood. Then I said, okay, I need to nail it means I need to be good at not one thing, everything.
Everything. Yeah.
And then you won't like you have come to foreign country. You're a foreigner. But to mingle with them, you need to be one amongst like,
Yes.
I can't change my color, but I need to be one among them
Yes.
rather than bit different. So that's why I started like it's to impress everybody, to learn skills from them. I used to make our vada first thing in the morning, 4 o'clock wake up, cook all the vadas, and then feed everybody. I got like getting a 20 deliveries to do diploma or anything is like takes minimum 6 months for everybody. With giving everybody like Indian food, everybody loved it. I got within a month 20 deliveries. So everything like any cesareans to get and everything, I said, okay, I need to be one among themselves and work harder. I never used to say, I want to go home 4 o'clock until whatever the time work finishes. So I used to work, go 7 in the morning and finish all the ward rounds, go in theaters and learn my work. So I became like, hospital became my house.
Yeah.
And then next time I went to interview. They said like, your boss told us either we have to give you a job or your boss is going to go 1 month on leave because you will be very angry with him. So then immediately, second time I got into obs and gynae.
Yeah.
So that was, and around that time we started even Indian restaurant. So I used to work in the hospital, then go and work in the Indian restaurant in the evenings. But because for Amma needed something else. And he was otherwise driving a taxi. I was working, first year when I was working, he was driving a taxi. But taxi is not the one, like it is not a profession or it is not like, you can't progress in it. So, but when you need financially support, then you can use that, but we need it. So that's why we thought same friends whom I used to do make dosas, them and us together, we said, okay, we'll together
Start a restaurant.
Start an Indian restaurant. We started the Indian restaurant and we got really good reviews.
I remember that was the only South Indian restaurant.
Yes, that time that was the only South Indian restaurant. And that time our Prime Minister Helen Clark, also their party
Visited.
like their party dinner, they all came with her 15 like other parliament members, cabinet ministers and everybody. They came to our restaurant. They had food. And they have written like very good like reviews in a newspaper. So that's why it was good. But after some time I needed to like do as a doing specialization, you have to work and you have to study, you have to do some modules. On top of that, going and working in a restaurant was becoming too much. So that's the time I said, I don't want to work in restaurant. And Dad came from India and he helped as well. But after some time we had like difficulties with the chef. Big task, like maybe wife and husband together, you can survive in a restaurant. business. Otherwise,
But
one person is
it
too
has to be a
difficult.
full-time job for both wife and husband.
Wife and husband.
Yeah.
So because only one person, Amar, couldn't like really survive in that. So we needed to close that Indian restaurant. And then then immediately instead of going from the business, I thought medical is the best thing because by the time I was operating and I felt like I'm doing good job. I'm surgically like until you do it, you don't know at all. Surgically, I felt I'm really good. So then I thought that's what I'll pursue rather than these restaurants. Otherwise, I had an idea that we have to like do all these Indian restaurants throughout like New Zealand as a big business and everything. I was thinking that way. And medicine as like second kind of thing. I was just thinking, but then I thought, no, I'm like good with this. And I got into what I wanted, obs and gynae. I left India to get into this. So then I thought, no, I don't want to deviate from my profession. So I went back into professionally.
In your entire life of New Zealand, we all know that you have done exceptional hard work, exceptional focus, because I remember you working for 18 hours a day.
Because I
remember
needed
those
to
days.
prove myself.
Yes.
So that's what I always thought.
Yeah.
I need to be 110%
Yeah.
compared to localite because I accept I'm a foreigner,
Yeah.
but at the same time to mingle and get same thing,
Yeah.
I'm totally happy. So that's why I used to be better than anybody or do hard work better other people. So that's what my aim. That's the reason until like even every time I used to work that much, like extra
Yeah.
mile, go extra bit,
Yes.
so that I'll be same as them.
Yeah. So I know that 18 hours a day, working 18 hours a day is not humanly possible. It might be okay for about a year, but I know you have done it for years together.
Yeah.
Many years together. So in this career, or in this building up of your career, do you want to acknowledge anyone that these people have helped me?
Yeah.
Is it one person, two persons, three person? Do
Like
you want to take any
most
names
of
or?
my senior registars helped me, but of all the people, like VP, he's my colleague now as well, who's working with me. He's the one taken me under his wings, and then he taught me. Like when you come all the way, learning surgical skills is very difficult.
Yes.
And because they have to take responsibility and they have to teach you. So that was, he was a senior registrar, I was a house officer. So learning skills, I have to thankful to few people like Dr. Helen Baines and there was one more lady now, she's not working, but Alison Barrett, they helped me as well as a senior registrars. As a consultants, they will give you a bit of a protection like you do kind of thing, but senior registrars are the ones, they have to take responsibility. If I do some mistake, it comes on to them.
Yeah.
They used to help, but VP was the one who always said, okay, like she's working hard, she's taking extra mile to go, and that's the reason he was always help me. So at the same time, when he was learning any new techniques, I used to be patiently stand and hold the camera for him, and that's how I used to. Yes, he helped me. He's like, I have to say, he's my mentor and teacher. So I used to help him as well. It's mutual as well.
Yeah.
But if he didn't help me, I wouldn't have gone.
Now
too far.
you're business partners also, isn't it?
At the moment, then afterwards, we both like when VP finished, Stewart Hasty was the one who had private practice.
Mm-hmm.
Then he invited like VP to join him. And when VP was not there, then like they used to do surgery together. So that's the time Stewart used to invite me to help him when I was a senior registrar.
Okay.
And that's the time then he said, Lakshmi, as soon as you finish, we need a female as well. You join. So first he got VP to join him, and then he got me to join as well. So we three complemented each other
Yes.
in our practice. Sad thing, like he passed away when he was 60 only.
Okay.
But I have to say, Stewart helped us as well, both of us.
And now you're a consultant.
Yeah. So then, like once we worked around as a senior registrar, when I finished my exams and all that, that's the time I got spinal cord tumor. So when I got the spinal cord tumor, I thought again I may not be able to work as a doctor, and I needed to have better rehab and everything. That's the time I thought I might do MBA and become like hospital manager or some management business, like something I wanted to go. But luckily I could stand, I could do things. So surgically, I like 2 more years, I could do more surgeries and things in Waikato. And then as soon as I finished my, like when I became consultant, fertility associates, final year of my as a training, fertility associates already said like they gave me job. They needed a doctor, and right time, right place, I was there. So they gave me job final year as a fellow, and then I learned all the fertility. So then we meantime I finished that final fellowship year as well. Then I joined Stewart VP in their practice. So we three were practicing, and so we three together also, and with other doctors, we opened a hospital as well, Anglesey Hospital. So as a even I have to say, not only like doing medicine, and we slowly investments, and also we learned together as well. So we invested in fertility associates, and then in Anglesey Hospital as well. All the doctors together, we invested. So that way, I have to say, everything I didn't totally plan where I wanted to be when I was like 9th class or 10th class. But I have to say, I never would have imagined where I am now.
It has all fallen into place.
Yeah. Never
Now-
thought about
Now, I should tell to the
I'll end up in
viewers.
New
I should
Zealand.
tell to the viewers about your spinal cord tumor. She has got a spinal cord tumor, and there was a situation where doctors have said you have to either cut your spinal cord to take the tumor out. It could be cancerous, it could be non-cancerous, but we have to cut it. And then the entire underbody will be paralyzed, and we don't know how much time it might take to recoup that energy. It might take 1 year, it might take 10 years, or you might never even able to stand.
Yeah,
That was,
they said like 50% chance that I can be paraplegic.
yeah,
That means both the legs, I have to be wheelchair bound.
yes. So I don't know the full terminology, but
Yeah.
I'm talking like a raw person. Now, I think for about 3 months, within 3 months after the surgery, she was walking by herself, which is completely, even doctors were surprised. Within 3 months, nobody have ever done that. And after about 4 months, she started driving the car. She doesn't have the sensation in one leg, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, even now left
Even
side I
now,
don't
the
have.
left has not got its full strength and full sensation. In spite of it, she goes to US just to do the marathon runnings. She goes to Himalayas to do the trekking. She goes to Mansarovar, And wherever there is a huge trekking track or walking track or anything, she wants to be the first person to go. In saying this is about how her strong will has helped her. And again, at the time when they were dispersing circulars of the shops, they used to identify, and to save 50 cents, they used to go to 4 different shops at the end of the day after walking about 6 or 8 kilometers to save 50 cents. But now the complete tide has changed. Now she buys one Tesla just for grocery market. And she is a landlord here. She is a businesswoman. She has invested in properties and businesses and everything. This is one side of Lakshmi. On the other side of Lakshmi is she is also very empathetic towards the social causes and concerns. She does charity which is unbelievable. I don't want to keep on boasting it, but the charity what she does, especially in the field of education for the poor students, is unbelievable. And
It's, I would say, when God gives you something, bye-bye. So it's like you get it, you have to give it.
Yes.
Somebody has really, like even today, like whole New Zealand Indian population as well. I invite on every Diwali is.
Yes.
Because Diwali is the day, day before Diwali is the one. Everybody came to my house to wish me good luck. To get my surgery. So because I got admitted on Diwali day, next day I had surgery. So I don't know whose wishes or whose blessings worked for me.
Yeah.
So that's the reason it's my like they did something to me. So thanking back is the one. No? That's how I do this.
Have you got anything to say for those new people? See, at the time when you have come here, the problems were different, situations were different, environment was different, the traffic was also different.
Yeah.
But now, and even say for example phone calls, if you want to make a phone call, we used to buy those yabba cards previously.
Yes.
And we used to pay $1 a minute. And that was a big thing. You should just say, are you still alive? Yes, I'm still alive. Okay, thank you.
Just say hello, hi, is everybody good? And I'm good. That's it.
So, but now the situation, the communication has become much cheaper.
Because thanks to
Wi-Fi's and WhatsApps
and then WhatsApp and also for the
Facebooks
computers.
and all these.
Yeah.
But there are different set of struggles for the younger generation who are aspiring to move from their mother country. What do you suggest them? Like, one thing is you have to be prepared, you should have perseverance. And what else do you suggest them? It may not be the professional level I'm asking. It's like on an individual personal level. Now, as you said, there are lots of soft skills which are not being taught in our education or curriculums. But over the years, you have learned a lot of soft skills also.
Yeah.
With those soft skills, with those experience, with those struggles, what you have faced through, and the place where you are right now, it's a complete different ball game. What would you suggest to those new people, like What should be they aware of?
Any young person, I would say that like life is never will be really open, like a open plate kind of thing. You don't know what's there behind what future is going to hold for you. So one thing, always think, rather than thinking it is a struggle, it is an experience you're getting, you're learning skills. And I didn't know where I will end up when I came here. So people can see that compared to 5-year-old Lakshmi to now, I'm totally different. They may be way 100 times better than me. They don't know.
Yeah.
That's why take anything as an experience, and you have to be perseverance and work hard. Whatever comes, any work, as long as we're not doing something wrong, so that's take it as a respectful job and then do it. So whether you put the newspapers or whether you do any odd jobs or real job, put your whole heart, work hard, then success is just comes as it is. You don't need to really, don't look for the fruit. Do your job. Whatever is like Bhagavad Gita said, I may not like really follow that much as my parents, God or anything. But I think that what that word, what they said, just do your job, you will get the fruits at the end. Don't look for the fruits. Because even when I'm doing fertility treatment, my boss who started the fertility treatment, Dr. Fisher said, Lakshmi, don't worry about whether pregnancy rate is coming or not. Do every step properly. Pregnancy, positive pregnancy rate comes as it is. So it's exactly the same. Krishna said, Lakshmi, anybody, just do your duty and don't look for the fruits or what is the end result. That's what they have to look at it. Everything falls into the place. And I always feel anything happens for my goodness, my betterment. So even though I had spinal cord tumor, I can't run, I can't do, I don't have sensations, but I have to say, I wouldn't have been this good person, or I wouldn't have been this determined person. I would have been like not doing that much. So because I never did any trekking or running or marathons, but because I didn't get that's why I like, because I was losing it, I did that. And when I came into this country, I didn't have any money. So that's why I worked hard. And that's how, like, when we don't have anything, we work for it. Anybody, even if anyone in my situation would have done the same thing, or they would have done better than me. And anyone works hard, they'll get it. Results is definitely, they'll come by.
But again, results are going to come, but it's not like 2-minute instant noodles.
No, because you have to just work what you have to do.
Exactly.
You do, and you, anything you learn, like whatever they are coming to learn here, you learn. You may not like see the results today, but at the end you will see the results. That's what we have to look at it.
Even you have said this thing, and one more person, Bhaskar Garu, has also said the similar sort of word, which is, you have a local person here who can do XYZ job, and this is one guy who has come from a different country who can also do the same job. Why should he pick you?
Yeah, obviously.
And you have actually answered it. That is, I should do 110% because he can only do 100%. And that extra 10%, whoever can do it, will
obviously
actually
achieves
that extra mileage, if you want to settle it. If you're happy with what you're doing back in India, stay back in India.
Yeah. But if you have come to a different place and compared to local, you have to compete with them, then you have to be 110 or 120% compared to other person.
And I've also seen some of the people who come with a lot of pride, saying that we used to have three maids in our house, we used to have servants, and all these things. But what they don't understand is here it is you live for your own dignity.
Yeah, because you have to feel dignified in everything, whatever you do.
Yes.
You like, before I wanted to learn car, my dad said, first learn change the wheel.
Yes.
Because if you don't learn the changing the wheel,
Exactly.
you drive,
Yeah.
you like
it
nobody
stops.
else is there,
Yeah.
stops, puncture happens.
Yeah.
Who's going to do that?
Yeah. You have.
First you have to learn the changing wheel,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
you will get to we will teach you the
Exactly.
driving.
Exactly.
Otherwise we don't teach you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those extra skills, learning car, everybody can drive.
Everybody
How
can.
many people can actually change the tire?
Change the tire.
Yeah.
So, but that was true, because when I was in Auckland,
Yeah.
I needed to do my own changing the cars, like wheels, because you can't go and find somebody.
Exactly.
So that's why you have to do your own and feel dignified. You are
Exactly.
cleaning. I clean my own toilets.
Yeah.
But it's I'm cleaning my own
Exactly.
toilet. It's a work.
Yeah.
It's a job.
It's my
And,
responsibility.
it's
It's my duty.
responsibility. My duty.
It's my house. Simple.
Yeah, it's like cleaning the house,
Yeah.
or cleaning the utensils, or
Yeah.
cleaning the clothes,
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Lakshmi Garu. And
Thank you, bye-bye.
And I'm really
You don't need
happy.
to call Lakshmi Garu. Bye-bye, Lakshmi is enough.
I'm really happy that you're there in our lives, and I have a blessing to get to know you. For
No, but you're
last
doing really good job.
22
Bye-bye.
years.
Yeah. I wish when we came as well, somebody like you did all these videos and help other people. So, but it is very nice of you to do this,
Yeah.
to help others.
Yeah.
And at least they have a direction, way to go.
Yeah.
And but nowadays we are so many people are there.
Yeah. At least they'll understand what they're stepping into.
Yeah.
We can never change anybody's destiny, but they'll be prepared for goods and bads before even they come.
Before they can go.
Yeah. That's
They
all.
can make a decision
Yes.
whether they want to.
Yes. So thank you, Andy.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.